I'm drinking an espresso martini, homemade. It's not really an espresso martini. It's just espresso and whiskey because
Whiskey.
yeah, well, okay. I'm not supposed to drink wine on this elimination diet because it's so full of sugar.
An espresso martini is not full of sugar.
No, because this is
Coffee.
espresso shot. No, it's just espresso shots, almond milk, and whiskey. And it's unsweetened almond milk.
Okay, ask your elimination doctor, since alcohol breaks down into sugar, how that's affecting your sugar intake on your elimination diet.
Oh, it is. I'm not supposed to have a lot of alcohol, but she also realizes I wasn't going to cut it out. So,
Okay, so you just have to pick where you're going to get your sugar from. What about your
yeah,
fruit intake?
correct.
Can you have sugar there?
My what?
Like eating fruit, like berries, that's still
Yeah,
sugar.
I can have fruit. I'm not a huge fruit person though. I
Okay.
mostly like basically what I'm doing is steel cut oats, or a chia seed pudding with almond milk and like nuts and flaxseed every morning. And then lunch I do a Greek salad with grilled chicken. And then dinner I do either like a salmon or a chicken with asparagus.
Okay. So very, very
So,
strict.
yeah, so I'm not really doing any carbs. Like I'm
What
not even doing like,
about oats? The oatmeal's carby. But I guess you're
yeah,
working.
like, I'm doing gluten-free oatmeal.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then, like, if I wanna treat myself, I'm doing, like I order, like, a paleo or, like, vegan, like, DoorDash meal that's got, like, fake cheese on it or whatever.
So by the time we go to Vegas on Sunday, you'll have abs.
I've lost 4 pounds in 4 days.
That's crazy.
It's insane. It's like it was just because 'cause I'm not eating carbs. It's literally just because 'cause I'm not eating carbs.
If you're not
But
retaining
then I just
weight too.
feel less inflamed.
Well, good. Then it's working.
Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm still drinking my fucking face off because hi,
Yeah.
sorry.
She doesn't have an alcohol problem, y'all. Let's just put that out there.
No, but here's the thing. What I really appreciate, and I've said this in my or put it in my Instagram stories recently, is like if anyone wants connections to the like functional wellness doctor that I'm working with, what I really appreciate is that like I'm having conversations with her that are like attainable. Like
Yeah.
it's like she like knows she's like, okay, I get it. You're not going to cut alcohol out. So how can we still find things out about you? Like where are the limitations? And I also said to her, I was like, look, I don't cook. It's not happening because there's the elimination diet. There's like a whole bunch of recipes, like 40 page. I ain't doing that. You want some almond cacao smoothie? I looked at her and I go, I don't own a blender. And she was like, at all? And I was like, I own.
Can borrow my ninja.
I was like, I don't own a
I
blender.
was a hot guy that was like did my elimination diet. We would go shopping at the Brentwood Farmers Market every Sunday, and then he'd come to my
God,
house.
God.
And
And
I
then
was
he
eating like
moved to
raw
like Montana or
liquor.
something, right?
Moved to Montana, but he was like, I mean, he was so cute. But I'd be like, every Sunday we're like playing house, going to the farmers market. Like, I'm like, organizing in
Like,
my mind, like, one day you might just throw me against the wall in this set apartment. You never know. I'm like,
I,
eating raw liver. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I should. I started eating raw liver. Ew,
oh,
gross.
Jesus Christ. That sounds miserable. I'm mostly just like vegan. Like, effectively, I'm vegan. The
Ew,
vegan,
gross. Nasty. Again.
no, wait, but here's the thing. I'm having to learn all this terminology and it's really confusing me. So help me. Vegan doesn't eat animal products, but do they eat gluten?
The only reason why people are going to yell at me for this, but I think it's a very true statement from a medical provider. The only reason you should not be eating gluten is if you have celiac disease.
No, no, but I'm just asking. I'm just curious. Just answer. Does vegans don't eat animal products, but do they eat gluten?
I have no idea.
Okay, see, I don't either. That's the thing. I was trying to order from Cafe Gratitude last night because I was like, it's gonna have all the restrictions, just the
Going
one with all the restrictions. I was like, here's the thing. I can't eat cheese, but I want like fake cheese. I want to pretend like Cafe Gratitude has like
they do,
diet nachos.
they do. And actually the fake cheese, like the almond cheese from like Trader Joe's is actually
Not
not
bad.
bad. Like
No, it's not bad at all. I've got a whole bunch of it in my fridge right now.
the night before, when you like go to the fridge,
Yeah.
like how much you want to snack on, you like shove cheese shreds in your mouth.
Squirrel mode activated.
It's like all over the floor in the morning.
Okay, yeah, so I had no idea because I know vegans don't eat whatever byproduct, But then I was trying to also find something that was gluten-free and soy-free, and I was just basically like, I like sent the menu to Glenn, and I was just like, figure out the thing that doesn't have the thing. And he was like, okay, I don't know, whatever. It's
Yeah, just
elimination diet
I'm
for
sure
dumb
there's
people.
some sort of like boxed food kit for vegans, gluten frees, vegetarians, all of that that you can order.
Soy,
Yeah.
soy-free, oil-free, like every free.
Soy is bad for women because it messes with like your hormones and shit, you know.
So it's apparently worse for men. So my friend used to not have soy because it messes, yeah, it messes with your hormones, which is more of a problem for men because it messes with their testosterone.
Well, we don't need less testosterone in the world. That's for damn sure.
I mean, maybe we do. I don't. What is testosterone? Is testosterone the thing that gives you anger?
It can make people a little more angry, actually. Like if guys are giving like themselves like shots, it can get a little
Um,
aggressive. You
like,
know,
are steroids testosterone? I'm gonna sound like the biggest idiot in the world right now.
no, I don't think so. No, 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 no. I think there's like different levels that you can do, but I think like in like a conjunction of it, you can do a little bit of like testosterone with your steroids. You know,
So
like
testosterone is not a steroid; it's a hormone.
it's a hormone.
What's a steroid? Do we have steroids naturally in us?
A steroid is like prednisone, like things that are gonna like pump you up. It decreases
Do
in
we have those naturally inside us?
different types.
This is like me having a conversation with my mom. She's a nurse, and I'm like, I understand like legal things. She was asking me the other day what emotion was. She was like, "What's emotion?" And I was like,
Speaking of, I got some letter in the mail from my company and it was like, I guess they got sued and maybe I'm getting some sort of money. I don't know. It's all legal jargon. I need you to read it. I don't know if I need to participate in it or not.
"You're like the urgent care you work for?"
Yeah. At first I thought I
Oh,
was getting sued. And I was like, what the fuck?
oh, oh yeah. You should definitely opt into the class. You'll get money
Okay,
when
see, I
that.
don't even know anything about it. It's sitting on my thing.
Yeah. So what people don't understand is you'll get these letters in the mail, and I got a $95 check from Skims like a couple months ago because of it.
What are you saying?
What'd you say?
It's like what the nipple bra like offended somebody and they're like, oh, now we're
Or like there was probably like it probably was an advertising thing. So we get this all the time at my job. Basically, like there's certain rules to how you can advertise stuff. You have to make certain disclaimers. You can't, for example, like say that if for like using Netflix as an example, when you sign up for Netflix, they have to say this is a reoccurring subscription, right? And then like a whole bunch of other stuff. If they don't say that, then they're not like it's false advertising or it's like misinformation, right? If you don't know your credit card's going to get charged every month, that's just an example, right? Skims probably had some like sweepstakes or deal or I don't know, whatever, right? And they didn't use the appropriate disclosure. So anyone who has bought Skims in the past 4 years is potentially part of the class, which means whatever the pot of money they settle for, they divide it by everyone who opts into the class. And you usually, for things like Skims, because it's such a huge class, you usually have to actively opt in. They'll notify everyone on like Instagram ads, what have you, but you have to actively be like, I'm opting myself in. Like I did purchase, I'm opting in. And then you get like a portion of the puzzle. The only backside to doing, or the only reason you wouldn't, is if you wanted to sue them yourself. I'm not going to sue Skims. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not. So, like, yeah, give me my $90.
yeah.
So, like, I had one for Wells Fargo a couple years ago, whatever. Generally speaking, unless you have claims against the company, I always opt in.
I
Like,
love getting on those like TikTok dives where like people will like break down the small print and they like tell you ways to like get around the airport
yeah.
stuff. Now, do I ever actually remember these things? No, but they're fascinating to watch at 11 p.m. at night in my bed.
Well, yeah, no, the class action ones are legit though. If there's, especially if it's a big company, so you know it's going to be like a huge settlement because they don't want to have that like mark on their name,
Yeah,
like Wells Fargo, Skims, whatever. There was one for Facebook recently, like people got like thousands of dollars back because it's like it's also based on how long you've used the app or whatever. And so like if you've had Facebook forever and you've used it actively, you know what I mean? So stuff like that. So yeah, I'm almost always opt in, but send it to me or show it to me, and I guess unless you have like complaints against your employer, though sometimes, and I will say this, and this is where you have to read the fine print. If you're currently employed by them, sometimes you don't want to opt in because then they term you.
oh, yeah, we don't need that to happen.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Read the fine print. You know what I mean? Like because there, there's whatever. But In general, you always opt in, or at least for
I mean,
like
this
company.
podcast isn't going to pay my bills.
Not yet, but
But
wait, did you listen to the new Giggly Squad episode?
about the yes, yes, this week's I did at the gym
Yes.
today.
Did you hear the last 5 minutes? They were talking about Paige and her cat stroller.
No, I think actually, you know what? I did not finish it to that extent.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, they were talking about how Paige wants to take her cat on walks and how she was like, well, I can't have her like feet touching the ground of New York City, so I gotta get her a stroller. And I was like,
Look at
guess
there,
he's already
finding a page.
I'm not. I never will be. I literally am wearing a shirt that says everyone watches women's sports while you wear like a pink tank top and have your ready. I will never be the Paige in this relationship ever. I was thinking of like other comparisons of like partners or whatever. And I was like, there are a bunch of them. And I always wanted to be the girly girl. It's like, so did I ever tell you that in Glenn and I's relationship, I always want to be the vibes. I want to be the vibes girl. And he's always like, no, I'm the vibes girl. You're the like planner. And I get so annoyed because I'm like, why can't I also be vibes? And
You
he's
are
like,
kind of the vibes. Like you kind of set the tone.
well, that's what I thought. I thought I was the vibes. And but then I realized he's not the planner either. So now I'm the vibes and the planner, and he's just dead weight, chopped liver, if you will.
He's the golden retriever.
He is, but what is the golden retriever? It's not the vibes or the planner. It's the fucking dead weight. It's the teddy bear that you bring.
Person that's fair and nice.
Do you like how did you see my Instagram today? How I'm like subtly like, Glenn, I like this necklace.
I want this.
I'm literally like, and I'll say this to you, and I stand by it. If he fucks up my birthday, we're done. Like, done.
I know your birthday's a big deal. Like, I tried to warn before, so I don't know if I could warn again.
Like, after Valentine's Day, if he fucks up my birthday, I'm literally gonna be like, did you not get the fucking memo?
And like, we even got like a 2-minute voice text from your best friend about what you should and shouldn't do, and you did not follow directions.
All directions well. It's
an itinerary, like, and presented to him.
be like, buy this necklace. She sent it to you 2 months in advance.
But
She's
just
like,
setting up so that whenever you propose, you know that you will not get murdered later.
I'm not like, I feel like I'm not a bridezilla or like a girlfriendzilla about like so many things, meaning that like,
You will be a bit of a bridezilla.
oh yeah, for sure. But I'll also plan it all myself. Like I'll plan
Hearing that you will be probably a bridezilla.
myself. But I mean, like, I'm not in terms of like, I don't need him to take me to nice restaurants. I'm not like, oh, you know what I mean?
I
I don't
like take me to nice restaurants.
right. I'm not like, oh, like I'm not snooty. Does that make sense? Not that you are either, but I'm not like snooty. I'm just like,
No.
yeah.
One time we all went to dinner at this like nice restaurant, but we were at like the early bird special, like 5:30 p.m. It was like a group of 6 of us. And we're sitting there and we walk in, we're very loud. We've been having some cocktails during the day. We somehow almost light the white tablecloth on fire because someone knocked over.
I was like, what are you talking about?
We almost light the white tablecloth on fire. I think Eve like knocked over the candle by accident and like it almost went up in flames. So at one point she's like talking about something and I like tapped her on the lap and I was like, shh, there's families around. Like we need to lower our voice in
Probably talking about like anal sex or something. I don't remember. Well, then entire wine glass.
Oh yeah, we broke a wine glass. Like it was a mess.
A hot mess. We're like, we promise we've eaten before. Like we know how to eat at a table. Maybe not. Unclear. No, it's the thing about it is like I trust me, I like a nice place as much as you do. I'm all about sentimental stuff. Like I'd rather go to a restaurant that was like our restaurant or like
Oh, of course.
you know what I mean? But like I asked him, I did test him the other day. I was like, I'm such a bitch sometimes. I was like, so when do you think we're celebrating when do you think our anniversary is? I was like, seriously, he got it right. The day he asked me, I was like,
What day?
January 4th.
Aw, Capricorn.
Well, he is a Capricorn, yeah. It's also his birthday.
We're there.
I was like, bitch, better have
Hanging out with you, my astrology has gotten so good. Like, and then I take myself to on dates and I'm like, oh my God, I'm becoming that girl that is like the LA weirdo that's like, oh, so you're this or that. And I'm like, I don't even know anything about this, y'all. I'm so sorry. I like catch myself like backtracking. I'm like,
my favorite is you do know quite a bit about it now, but you're like, I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Like,
such like a negative context, but I find it so interesting that like we talk about it a lot, and then I catch myself doing it on dates. So I'll be like, "Oh, like your birthday," and I'm like, "Oh, you're a Cancer," and I'm like, "Oh my God." Yeah, I shock myself. Like I've drank the Kool-Aid. I've drank the Kool-Aid.
drank the Kool-Aid. That's true. You know what though? I've still not drank the Kool-Aid on Erewhon smoothies. I've still never had one.
Gross. I do not like them.
Really?
I don't like them at all. They taste like plastic. There's no flavor to them. Gross. Earth Bar, so much better.
I'm not a smoothie girl. Like if I want to eat or if I want calories, I want to eat it. Like I want to chew it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I can't get into a smoothie. And I've tried. Like I really want to be a smoothie girl because they've got theoretically all these benefits. That's why I don't own a blender because I'm like, what do you want me? You want to like baby food it?
Sometimes I feel like you can kind of like overcompensate with your smoothie. So you're putting like maca powder,
Right.
chia seeds, all this. By the time you get to everything you want to put in there, it's probably like 1,000 calories. You might as well go get McDonald's and have enjoyed it more, you know, like
Well, because at the end of the day, like there's something to be said for like eating superfoods, but at the end of the day, calories in, calories out. Like
right.
I feel like people forget that. People are like, but I've got this like superfood acai bowl that's 1,500 calories. And I'm like, cool. So you're not eating the rest of the day? Great.
When I've been like super strict with like stuff, like trying to like track all my healthy stuff, I would gain more weight because I'm like overeating nonstop. Now, granted, you're probably like doing it the correct way, but like, you know, whether if I just eat what I want to eat and I like work out, I'm better off, you know,
When you think about when you're hungry, no, no,
I'm
no. It's well,
satiated, you know?
my biggest struggle is the more I work out, the hungrier I am. So
Yeah.
I eat more, which is fine if you're good about making healthy choices. But when you're tired, when you're stressed,
Out, and then we went and got Chick-fil-A. I was like, we earned that. Let's go get it.
right. Right. And it's like, and I just eat more and it's not always healthier choices. And then I'm like, well, now you've just like ruined. That's the worst when you like go to a workout and you're like, oh, I burned like 300 calories. You're all proud of yourself. And then you like demolish something that's like 700 calories 2 hours later. And you're like, well, okay, kill me now. Sorry, that
And
was a
you know
suicide.
what? Sometimes it's like you did earn it. I did earn that cheeseburger with all the bread.
Wait. Okay. So because I asked if you listened to the Giggly Squad episode earlier when they were talking about 100 men against Gorilla. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Okay, I've been seeing a lot of memes on this, but I haven't seen what the original one was. Like I saw 100 women against an oil change, and I'm like, actually, I know
Same.
a girl that could do
I was just thinking about that. Okay, my favorite thing about you is how millennial you are. Is that I'll bring up trends and you'll be like, "Well, I've seen part of it. Like, what are we really talking?"
that. I don't know what the original concept was, though.
Okay, so the original concept was basically like, do we think 100 men fighting a gorilla would win? Like, do you remember the meme while back that's like every man thinks he could land a plane?
Yeah.
And you like ask a man, you'd be like, do you think if you had to, like life or death situation, you could land a plane? And literally every man's like, yeah, obviously. And we're all like, no, you fucking couldn't. Like, you're not landing a plane. Like the pilots can't even land planes these days.
That was like
So
that thing when men were thinking about the Roman Empire that was
yeah.
floating around. I'm like, do men actually think about that?
So I don't know if it's necessarily the Roman Empire specifically. I do think they think about like going into war quite often.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. My pool is Venice fuckboys, and I don't know how much they think about going into war.
No, they're probably looking at themselves in the mirror on having the next cool LA
I
boy outfit.
my pool for surveying is very different. But
I
no,
saw
but
a girl on TikTok recently, and she was like, "Anyone that is dating on the West Side, give up now. If they live in Venice, they are going to ruin your life, and they are looking for nothing serious." And I was
wait,
like,
I saw that too.
I can relate.
Yeah, I saw that too. And you know the thing is, like, it's Venice specific.
Yeah,
It's not Santa Monica.
it's
It's
not
not
Ocean
Marina Del
Park.
Rey. No, it's Venice specific.
She was like, "You should be dating in Brentwood." I'm like, "Hey, I live in Brentwood. Like, where do I go over here?"
To be fair, it's not wrong. Pacific Palisades. Also, I went to the Pilates class I went to today. What?
Pacific
Well, the
Palisades.
Palisades are on. Yeah. Okay. Well, when they come back, I went to Redondo today for my Pilates class, and I was like, I could be a beach bitch. Yeah, I feel like you need to go that way.
Well, no shit. Why do you think
We
we
need to manifest that.
Redondo's cute. I mean, I dated that guy for a little bit that lived Hermosa. Remember? Years ago.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Not saying that he was a catch, but you know what?
Okay, wait, I have to tell the story. I won't tell all the details, but turns out this man she dated had a ass that he fucked.
Oh, I
And
forgot about that.
yes, yes, no, he had like a plastic ass he fucked.
I
How
think it
big
was
was it?
silicone, not plastic.
What was it made out of?
I think it was silicone. I don't think it was plastic.
What's silicone? Isn't that a type of plastic?
It's like, I don't know. It's like a fleshlight, like those things that guys buy, but it was like
It was a full ass. And it had a tattoo on the ass. And it wasn't human size, it was tiny, tiny person size. Like,
I had the tattoo, so it wasn't weird. I remember I asked when he showed it to me. I was like, "Is that why there's a tattoo?" So that
so
just
doesn't
not
look like you're a child.
yeah, like it's a creepy thing because it was weird. It was also weird that he showed me.
Well, yes. And then didn't he also show you how he cleaned it?
Yeah, well, I asked that question. I was a little grossed out. I was like, "So how do you clean this?"
You know when the guy like throws the rag on you on the bed? It's like he can't throw it, he's gotta like go do it himself. Like, oh Jesus.
Like, oh, so you have to kind of like fist it to clean it? Like,
Oh, Jesus
interesting.
Christ. Wait, so question. Is it like he just lays on his back and like pumps? We don't know what position is used.
I never saw it in action, thank God. So I don't know. I don't know what he does with it in his personal time.
Oh my God, Jesus. Wait, I was thinking about this recently. There's been all this stuff online recently about like all the girlfriends of Hugh Hefner who all used to like have sex with him and like all of that. Have you read any of that?
I mean, I've watched a lot of Hugh Hefner documentaries, so I've seen a lot of
Yeah,
this stuff.
right. But like how he like wouldn't clean up his dog's poop. They would like poop all over
Yes,
the
and then it was
bedroom.
like a disgusting home. Like, and
Yeah.
it was really old. I have seen.
Yeah. And how they would have like group sex parties, but like he couldn't get it up and like all that jazz. And I just think about like what
These
a time.
like 19 too.
Yeah. What a time. They were doing it sober. What a time. Like, well, maybe not actually sober, but theoretically they should have been.
You
But
could,
like, no, but like that is so early 2000s culture, like to a T. Like, because I remember when, what was that store, that show, Girls Next Door was out?
yeah.
I remember thinking like their lives looked cool.
Oh, I know. I used to be like, oh, I would love to go to the Playboy Mansion. Like, that'd be so neat to go to a party there. Now, don't get me wrong. If the Playboy Mansion was still up and running and I was able to go to the party, I'd probably still want to go to the party because it's like
I'd
iconic.
go, yeah, I'd go to the party because it's iconic.
Yeah.
But like,
And I'd probably call Levin and be like, guess where I am? I'm
call your dad. Hi, daddy-o. I'd call my dad, and my dad would be like, "What's Playboy?" And I'd be
yeah,
like,
oh my dad, guess what? I'm in the grotto.
"I'd be
He'd be
like,
like,
where are you?" The difference between our parents cracks me up because my dad the other day, like literally, I called him and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm at a rally for women's rights." And I was like, "Says every 76-year-old dad in Alabama track." What are you doing? Also, fat cat, get off my fucking lap. I feel bad because I really want a necklace that says baby, but I do not want a necklace that says fat cat.
I think that one might be better, but why don't you spell fat with a PH? And it might be like a little bit more like cooler.
Baby and fat cat. Also, there's some joke in that I keep naming my pets after like pet names. Do you know what I mean? Like baby, and then like fat ass, but like fat cat, like fat pussy. I mean, it's kind of like
You name what are you gonna name your next dog that? I'm not gonna be able to babysit it and call it that. And already when I watch your dog and they're like, oh, what's his name? I'm like,
wait, I met a baby at the dog park today. The first time I've ever met another dog named Baby. And he
oh
was aggressive
wow.
as fuck. And he like tried to jump on my face. And the owner was like, just clamp down on it. And I was like, I'm not muzzling your dog. Just get your dog out of the dog park. Like, why is your dog attacking me? Fat
Okay,
cat.
so speaking of another thing, it's just a little podcast of randoms. I've gotten super invested. Have you seen Sailing with Phoenix?
No, what's that?
This guy has quit his corporate job and took out his 401k and he is sailing on a sailboat with his cat from Oregon to Hawaii. He only has a year of learning how to sail in a lake. And he is set off on the Pacific Ocean and he's documenting his journey.
This
And
is men thinking they can land a plane. This
he's
man
7 days
taking it to
in.
Hawaii.
He's doing okay. Like he's 7 days in, but he's like, and people are like I'm here for the journey. Like I'm obsessed with it right now. But
Is
everyone
it on TikTok?
it's on TikTok. I feel like everyone needs to go support him because I think this is like how he's
Sweet.
making a living now. But
Well,
sailing is next.
okay, I have a lot of questions. First of all, ocean's deep. You can't anchor in the ocean. How's the man anchoring his boat at night?
He's not. You're sailing at night. So he
We
probably
can't. You gotta sleep at some point.
sleeps some during the day, but he just hit some really rough seas and he like lost access to what's called the rudder, which I don't really know what that does on a sailboat. And he had to
It's
learn how to repair himself. And like you can see the fear in his eyes. Like he kind of like laughs, like he's like, "What the fuck have I done? Like I'm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean." He has 20 or 30 more days to go to try to get to Hawaii. Like it's really really interesting. And he's using like Starlink so he can like connect with TikTok to tell us all about it. And everyone's like just like
I think we all know where he is.
right, but it's also kind of like, oh no, like what if he doesn't make it? Because he really doesn't know what he's doing. He learned how to sail in a lake. He was working at a tire center and he said that he
This
didn't want to get
this is like your dream man. You know this, right? Like you understand that this. You're like he's lost. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's sailing. He's outdoorsy. He's one with the world. Like he probably's got a mustache. There used to be a. Like, I mean, sign me up for sailing with Phoenix. Oh, is this your love letter to him?
I did hear from my sailing friend that from Catalina today, he called me.
It said.
He's moved his boat down to San Diego and he wanted to see how I've been. And, he's starting his own business.
One thing that's different between you and me is I would every single like date I would go on or situationship, if it didn't work, I would blow that shit up in flames. Like I would get bored and drunk text them 40 times. I would absolutely sabotage a date. I would whatever. You've maintained contact with like every man you've ever been on a date with. They come out of the woodworks yes, like 4 years later. And this is what I mean when I say like clear out that energy. Oh shit, that cat's like
We've been like friends. I think it's because we have like mutual friends, kind of. But he just got out of a relationship. Go fucking figure.
I mean, you know how to pick them.
No, we just went on a date. We went and stayed on a sailboat from Catalina. That was nice.
Oh, right. Which we should go to Catalina sometime, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm just way we can get there.
I know a guy.
A guy, and he actually knows how to sail.
What are your thoughts on the Met Gala? I have a lot of thoughts.
I think it's like the friggin' Hunger Games, and I love reading the comments because people will comment and be like, "District 12 doesn't have that problem," and I'm like, "Oh, this is so funny." Like, okay, I just think it's weird because I don't have cable, so like I don't see like growing up, you would see like E! News this weekend, Met Gala.
Yeah, right.
So like when it happens, I'm like, "Oh, the Met Gala is here," but what was the theme? What is it? What are they
No,
doing?
they also don't tell us in advance. Like they need to tell us in advance. That needs to be on TikTok in advance.
What was
So
the theme?
it was like Black excellence. It was people were supposed to emulate Black male designers, male Black excellence.
Okay.
It was supposed to be like promoting male fashion designers, Black male fashion designers. And so that's why a lot of them were in suits because a lot of men design male clothes, right? I have an issue with the Met Gala in that when did it become a thing? Because I don't remember anyone talking about the Met Gala 10 years ago.
No, now it's like this like huge like honor to be invited, right? Like
Except that like Addison Rae is going, Simone Biles is going. Not that Simone Biles isn't Olympic medalist, but like
Blue invited.
you love a Bonnie Blue trip. Like you're like, I feel like your bit is Bonnie Blue. You're like, but Bonnie Blue?
But Bonnie Blue, like I think she still pops up on my TikTok, and I'm like, when is she gonna like disappear?
Oh my goodness. No, I just don't understand the Met Gala because it feels like a popularity contest of like who's who for any given year. And it also seemed like, do you remember when Kim Kardashian like couldn't get an invite and then Kanye West like threw a fit to get her an invite?
Well, I don't remember that exactly. Actually, I tried to pretend like I did but I don't. Nope, I sure don't. Did you see that? I was like trying to like pretend.
Your own little bubble. You're like pop culture. I don't know. I don't know her.
I know some pop culture. I know.
I know. It just cracks me up. Oh, speaking of, are you up to date on Summer House?
Yes. Yes.
What are your thoughts on Lexi Wood and Jesse Solomon?
I think that she did great kind of telling him like off a little bit. I think he got a little
It
taste.
reminds me of you. That's the way you would have handled it.
Like I would have been so sweet and then you cross me and I'm like, "You know what? No, we're effing done." Just like she did.
But do you think he was like being as manipulative and gaslighty as she like made it out to
That he
be?
thought that he had her like wrapped around his finger and I think she's a little bit wiser beyond her years than he realized and she was like, "I'm not putting up with this shit."
Well,
Like,
she's dating actual celebrities.
yeah,
Like he's
she's like apparently she dated Drake.
reality.
Like,
No, like he's a second year reality TV star. She's dated like Brooklyn Beckham, Kaya Gerber's brother or whatever, like actual celebrities. And the thing that I find wild, so I disagree with your take actually. I don't think that thought he had her wrapped around his finger. I think he's insecure as fuck and it was a projection because he was terrified of losing her. He was like nagging her, putting her down, manipulating her because he was absolutely like saying, "Oh, she's jealous," but that was a projection of his jealousy and insecurity.
that's where he was getting his validation by flirting with Sierra and sucking on toes. Oh, okay. I do see that side of it now, actually.
Because like you're comparing apples to oranges. Jesse Solomon's 6'4" and decent looking. Lexi Wood is stunning.
Beautiful.
Like
And also,
I see her photo and I'm like, that's a caricature. That's not a real person.
can I just say, I don't know what changed, but like the first year that Wes was on Summer House, I was like, okay, like he's kind of cute. He's funny.
Kate West.
Like the little like candlestick thing, like whenever like Paige was like, and now you're getting upset over a guy over there holding a candle and he's like, looks like, what is the Scrooge? Like, think that he's hot. Like, what, how does this guy get laid? Like, he gets laid because of who he's famous. Like,
He
would you
just
put him with like Scrooge with holding his candle and his little hat nightcap? Like, no.
no, that's the whole thing. So Lexi Wood was on Nick Bowles' podcast this week or last week or whatever. And she was basically saying Jesse made a comment that West got famous for fucking Sierra, which is 1000% true. Like, and that's why, because Sierra is so hot and so beautiful and like doesn't put up with shit that it's well, if Sierra put up with him, then like he must got some big dick energy or something, right? So it's like the Pete Davidson effect.
This season.
Yeah, but it's like the Pete Davidson effect.
Yeah.
It's like you all assume like Pete Davidson must got something because like where are all these girls coming from? So it was that. And so I think that he's literally like girls are assume if Sierra put up with him, he must be something.
I mean, I just think it's crazy that Carl was also hitting on Sierra. And it's like, Carl, how many of the girls do you want to date in the house? Now that I'm finally watching Summer House from the beginning and like I'm seeing the history, I like can say this now. But
But that's like the West Side, right? Like it's all incestuous. You know what I mean? Like to be fair, it's like the West Side of LA. But what I find interesting about Carl is since his sobriety, he's just gotten nerdy looking.
he has. He's a little too skinny.
But like he's the same person, but somehow he looks like this nerdy little band kid. Nothing against band kids. Well, actually a lot against band kids.
I think his like self-esteem got shot down by Lindsay, and he did mention that. He was like, I just like lost all my self-confidence. And I'm like, that's pretty like cool of you to like admit that, you know?
I actually think the soft bar concept is really a really good idea with like adaptogens and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, he might be onto something, even though she took him out, but
Well, it's got good marketing. It's got a good name. It's like a food truck situation, which I like because you can take it to weddings or events or whatever. Like you could have a truck at Coachella with like adaptogenic drinks or whatever.
I do hope that they do like a spin-off series though, because I think that they need to like leave like Wes and Jesse to Summer House and then like bring in like younger people and then maybe the girls could like have like a spin-off series. Because I'm just like they
Or
aren't
or they just graduate from reality television
yeah.
because like I feel like they've kind of like, you know what I mean? Like Paige going
Sad
back.
to see them all go though.
I will be too, but it's okay. It's okay.
It
We'll
was
be
kind of
sad
like
for a minute.
really sad when like Ramona and Sonia left New York Housewives.
Wait, did you see that they're doing a Real Housewives show with all the kids?
Okay, I think I saw this that you posted that, but
Yeah, so they're doing it on Peacock, and it's like Ariel Bierman, like what's her face Bierman's daughter from Atlanta, Brooks from Salt Lake. It's like 4 or 5 of the kids who all live in New York now. And so like the parents make like cameos or whatever, but it's like the kids like having their first fuck aroundery in New York. And I was like, I would watch that. Also, I still think I'm 24. Can we talk about the fact that like after you hit 30, you think you're 24 for the next 10 years?
I wouldn't say 24, but I definitely said I'm still think I'm like in my late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no part of me that thinks I'm 36. Like that seems insane to me.
Yeah, I know.
Like someone the other day was like, "You're middle-aged. You're like in your late 30s." And I was like, "You know what? You're not wrong, but fuck you."
Right. You know what? In my mind, I'm 28. So,
No lies were told. However, fuck you.
yeah.
And I don't like it. So,
I think it's because of just the environment that we live in too. Like there's 44-year-old men that are acting like they're 30, so
all of LA, Jesus Christ, the Peter Pan syndrome is
it's like that in Charleston too. I'm not gonna hate on LA. It's like that in like most like bigger towns like that, like that have
I
like a
genuinely think it's everywhere. I think men have the audacity. Like that's the only way I can put it.
we just need to start acting like little like
Little fuck
28
boys.
again.
Wait, did you see the TikTok I posted today about women gaining weight?
That you like fluctuate from 5 to 10 pounds
Yeah. And how like men just never,
ever.
like ever.
And they work out for like a week and a half and they have like a six pack again.
I swear to God,
Not true.
they can take 2 days off drinking and they've lost 10 pounds.
I know. It's not fair.
I don't get it. I don't understand. And I think that like God has favorites and I don't like it. And
Well,
it's not.
Eve did eat the apple, so she got.
Wait, did I tell you about the drunk conversation I got into with the pastor on Monday night at Jameson's?
Oh lordy, no.
He's a pastor for the, I don't remember, somewhere near Compton.
Use the word. So like, don't ever let me say that again. Like, what the fuck was
Did
that?
you say Lordy?
Lordy.
So he's a pastor, and we got in this really intense conversation because I was telling him my name was Eve, and that like as a kid, people used to make fun of me because I was in the Bible Belt and be like, "Oh, like you're the reason Adam sinned," like all this stuff. And I was a kid and I didn't know any better, and I was born like 8 hours after my parents got married, so I thought I was a bastard. I remember like kids calling me that in kindergarten because I was in Alabama, and I was explaining all this to him, and he was like, "This is a great, like, what are they called? Sermon. That's what they're called."
What was
Anyways,
it doing at Jameson's?
he goes there all the time. He's a regular.
Oh.
Hey, you can go out and still be a pastor, just like I can be there.
Wow, like what? I didn't know if there was like a Bible study or if you like. I didn't know. No.
Jameson's Bible study. We weren't invited. Shocker.
I didn't know.
No, he was like there watching some basketball game. I don't know. We got in a long discussion about it. And then he like gave me his IG. He's like, I'm going to recommend a book for you. And I was like, when's the good time to tell him I haven't read in a couple years?
What is it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I think he messaged me. I honestly, I can't remember his name, which makes me really sad because he was really nice, but I don't see a pastor in my future. So.
Okay. On that note, are we going to go get martinis?
Yeah, we need to go get dressed to go get martinis. I'm going to press stop. Thank y'all for listening to us be idiots. Bye.